thank you once again for joining me on today's 820 episode. Upcoming is part 3. Part 3 of the core competency for friendship. The discussion, the shared love between myself and Paco. Please enjoy.
Now, unless you've tested yourself,
Yes.
I don't have no room for you.
Thank you. And I think it's a good point we should emphasize here also is if you guys stuck with me on previous episodes of the 820 Enterprise, go back and check out how I tried to define what means friend. No one's ever really has defined what a friend is. And I said in a couple of podcasts, I said there's some criteria that I said it one time, another episode, I upgraded that to put some parameters around what makes a true friend. And a couple of them were, shared or common background, shared or common trauma, and over a period of time. So those are three of other two criteria that to me justifies calling somebody a friend. I mean, people on YouTube or Twitter, you might have a lot of followers. You cannot call them friends until you have put some structure around who you call a friend. Like for me, call it good or bad, I have probably a good solid 5 friends that say if I call them today, it will be here tomorrow. And Paco was one of those. My other brother, Larry D. in Florida. My brother in Atlanta, Joel. There's a couple more, but the very few, like I say, if I call you and tell you I'm in distress or need something, you'll be there. I'm sorry. Bill Barber in Ohio.
I was going to ask about Bill.
And Eddie Gomez. And just for context, there's an episode also out there on my list of episodes called Los Cuatro. That was touching on me, Paco, Bill, and Eddie. Those are the 3 friends that no doubt are my friends.
He's right. And Bill can be difficult at times. Sorry, Bill, if you're listening to this, bro, but it's the truth. Bill can be difficult at times, but if I pick up the phone tomorrow and say, Bill, I need your help, Bill will be on a plane within 30 minutes.
Or driving or on his bike. He will be here.
Yeah, he's older than us, so he does have a bike. I don't know if I want him driving from Ohio to Albuquerque on a bike.
But he would do it.
But he probably would do it.
He would do it. Anyway, again, and we're kind of like not rambling. Really, this is
No, we are rambling.
Shut up.
No, we are.
Okay, but it's a good ramble. Like either Christina or Michaela said, it's a constant stream of thought, a conscious thought. Or it could be unconscious thought.
Well, it's conscious thought, but in all fairness, we've already had a couple of drinks to celebrate our 40 years of graduation from West Point.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I make fun, and we're the 2 minority kids that graduated that probably shouldn't have, but it was a great institution,
It was.
and it has done a lot for me in my life. I've made some great friends. Well, by Ming's definition, they might not be friends. I've met some great people.
Yeah, you got to change it, your definition
Right.
of friends. Yeah.
I've met some great people on whom I can count,
Yes.
and I don't regret a second of it.
Yes. Like, again, I think, go back a few minutes ago, you mentioned something about, back in the day, okay, actually go back a little further. We're talking about the Army that you and I served in from essentially 80 till 93. And I say this because, take it for what's worth. To me, that Army is not this Army today. That Army back then, keep in mind, well, again, we're pretty much old farts over here. However, we didn't have pagers, cell phones. We had to coordinate with each other face to face. Not even on the phone, we had to coordinate face to face. Say, hey, Paco, I'll be at that coordinate at this date in September, this time. You know I'll be there.
And you had to count on that because you couldn't text them and say, hey, you're on your way,
Right.
or you coming here. He brings up a good point, right? We'd have we'd go on exercises and have these plans, and we'd write our plans on what was called Mylar, which is like a clear paper that you put over a map.
Or just paper.
And you just drew out what you were going to do on it because we didn't have computers.
Nope.
The TI-55 when we were at West Point had just come out, and all the nerds were like really happy because they could program them. And I was like, okay, I can add 23 plus 35 and hit equal, and it's going to give it to me without thinking.
Yeah.
That was good enough for me.
Yeah.
But then again, Ming and I weren't nerds.
Right.
And nothing against the nerds. We weren't one of them.
Right. And I say that because the thing about going through something and either solidifies or embraces that friendship. Again, need more context. You guys out there who are not former military, or even though you guys were in the Army, you might not even know about the Ranger School process. Now, to me, it's not just being a Ranger and qualifying in that school. It's what you learn there. It's not about tactics and shooting and killing. It's about how to lead under pressure. How to lead under no sleep, cold, frozen, wet, hungry for 2 months straight. In your case, it took 4 months.
It was 4 months. I recycled a couple times. It took me 4 months to get through the school.
I was going to say that, but you brought it up.
Well, you know why I admit it? Because it just makes me a bigger badass.
Or a summer ranger. However, we'll leave that to the side for now. The point is, Paco and here's the thing. I would give him more credit than me going to West Point, me going to Ranger School. I went through Ranger School after basic camp and then straight to Ranger School in '84. This guy, I went as a lieutenant, a brand new butter bar second lieutenant, still, fearless, unbreakable, all kind of shit. This guy went as a freaking captain in the Army trying to go through Ranger School. And you get no credit for being a higher rank coming in. You go to Ranger School, you are the same rank as everybody. This guy decided to go to Ranger School because, his statement is, he went because I had a tab and he didn't have one. I don't dispute that. However, that's freaking stupid because that's a freaking hard school.
Stupid. Okay, and I'm probably not going to agree with the description of stupid, but if you understood mine and Ming's relationship,
We're stupid.
Well, we are stupid, but there was no way I was going to go through life allowing him to have a Ranger tab, and I didn't. Now, he claims that he would not give me a hard time about that.
I would not.
I would still, to this day, be hearing the fact that he's a Ranger and I'm not. And I wasn't about to let that happen. So, yes, I got in a motorcycle accident when we were in college. I wasn't allowed to go to Ranger School. I got all that stuff cleared up so I could go to Ranger School because I'm not lying here. There is no way I was going to allow Ming to give me crap for the rest of my life.
But here's the thing. Let's tease that out a bit. Here's the thing. I said earlier, we left West Point May 23rd, 1984. I didn't see you again until 88, 89, 90-ish. So when in our conversation after 5 years, I said, hey man, look what I got. When did that ever come up?
Okay, well, first of all,
when did that ever come up?
I had what's called a P3 profile. So it took me years to get that lifted so I could go to Ranger School.
Yes.
Because my intent was to go to Ranger. There's no way I was going to let this asshole get a freaking Ranger tab and not have one. So once they lifted it, I pulled whatever strings I needed to pull, got myself a Ranger slot, and went to Ranger School.
Hey, thank you guys for hanging with us for our discussions, our ramblings, our serious conversations about things we never had the opportunity to sit in front of a microphone, throw out a topic, and discuss it, laugh, and reminisce a bit, but not so much what to go back to, what to take forward that got us started 43 years ago and have us here today still learning, still growing, and still sharing. Stand by for part 4. Until then, stay current, stay present. It's always 820.